Faith Hedgepeth, who was a 19-year-old student at UNC Chapel Hill and a member of the Native American tribe Halawassaponi, was living in an off-campus apartment shared with her roommate named Karina Rosario. On September 7, 2012, Karina and her friend Marisol discovered Faith's body inside of the apartment around 11 a.m. The evening that Faith was murdered, she and her roommate Karina went to the library around 7:30 p.m. After that, they returned to their apartment at View Apartment Complex on Old Chapel Hill Road. Around 1 a.m., they went to a nightclub called The Thrill to meet up with friends. A little after arriving, Karina tells Faith that she isn't feeling too good, so they left. By 3 a.m., they arrived home. Their neighbor that lived under them was awake watching TV and said that she heard 3 thumping noises. Faith's Facebook was also accessed around the same time. At 3:40 a.m., a text was sent from Faith's phone to a guy named Brandon Edwards, who was a former boyfriend, saying, "Hey B, can you come over please? Rosario needs you more, you know. Please let her know you care." 3 minutes later after that text, she sent another text saying, "Dan," correcting the in the previous text. At 4:16, Brandon Edwards replied asking who the previous text was from. Karina's phone records show she was also trying to call Brandon Edwards around the same time, but he did not answer, so she called another guy named Jordan McCrary. At 4:25 a.m., she left with Jordan McCrary, believing that Faith was asleep, with the apartment door unlocked. He drove Karina to someone else's home. Around 10:30 a.m., she began trying to arrange a ride home. After attempting to reach Faith, she called her friend Marisol Rangel, who came and took her back home. When they arrived at the apartment, they called out for Faith, but she didn't respond. They went to her bedroom and found her bloody, wrapped inside of a quilt, and partially nude. They immediately dialed 911. The town of Chapel Hill obtained a court order sealing all records as they were collected. In July 2014, the court ordered that the records need to be unsealed. The released records included the recording of Rosario's 911 call and 2 pieces of evidence that were seen as potentially helpful narrowing down the killer's identity. They narrowed it down to a Latino descent man who possibly had these facial features. Also, the autopsy determined that Faith had died from blunt force trauma to the head, possibly from a rum bottle that was found at the crime scene. They found a note that oddly didn't contain not one speck of blood in Faith's room, and it read, "I'm not stupid, jealous." A News and Observer reporter, Tom Gasparoli, said that to him, Karina's 911 call raised many questions. He says, "To me, the whole call reeks of unusual." He raised the possibility that Karina's friend Marisol Rangel, whose voice sounds more like the constantly sobbing caller, was the real caller, only later identifying herself as Karina after being asked for her name numerous times. He also questioned why the caller seemed reluctant to touch Faith's body despite multiple pleas from the dispatcher to at least see if she was still breathing. He stated if Rosario was not able to bring herself to do so, could she not have asked Rangel to do so? I have often thought that if it was Karina, that she didn't call 911 the moment she saw Faith. The Chapel Hill police have not named any suspects or any persons of interest in the case, but have stated that they do not believe the killing was a crime of opportunity by a stranger, but instead committed by someone that she knew through UNC Chapel Hill. They are certain that the killer or killers knew Faith and have interviewed 2,000 people with DNA tests done on 750 of them. Speculation has sometimes focused on Karina because of her 911 call and the fact that she left the apartment door unlocked with, as she claims, Faith sleeping inside to go to sleep somewhere else at 4:30 in the morning of the killing. Karina has left North Carolina and has said little about the case since, but police sources say that they speak to her regularly and that she cooperates. They said that they do believe there is more Karina can tell them. He says, "It sounds to me like Karina has been in crosshairs as a key figure who knows more than she says she knows." If you have any information about this case on what happened to Faith Hedgepeth, please contact the Chapel Hill Police Department. The phone number is down below in the description box.